Continuing with Sallust, the Catiline conspiracy. Lentulus, the nominative, with these people, the Allobroges, a quendam T Volturcium, a certain Titus Volturcium, so Lentulus is verbing something, he is sending, with these Allobrogians, a certain, this guy, and the place he lives in is called Croton. He was sent with a purpose, so that the Allobroges, little clause here, priors quam domum purgent, before they continue on home, that cum Catilina data ac qui accepta fide sociatem confirmat. So there's a purpose here. He's asking that the Allobroges confirm what fide, what pledges were given and accepted, data and accepted, in a societatem, in an alliance, cum with Catiline. Cum is a preposition taking the ablative. Ipsi, pronoun himself, so Lentulus himself, Volturcio, he's in the dative now, so literus means letters, here's what was happening. So Lentulus himself gave to Volturcium, gave him letters ad Catilina, for Catiline, quarum, of which an example, scriptum est, is written infra, below. And Cicero has a version of it. Quis sim, that's subjunctive, ex quo, from him, quam whom, missi, I've sent, ad te, to you, cognosces. So you all know, quis sim, how I'm going, basically what I'm doing, from him whom I've sent to you. Fac, imperative, cogite. Fac's one of those few things that doesn't take a note. So fac it, make it that you cogite, that you understand, in quanta calamitates, in with the ablative here, in how much of a calamity or problem you might be in. Again, there's no actual ut used for this. And memorinus, this is a bit of a defective verb. You should remember, te virum esse, you are a man, or one man. Consideres, subjunctive, you should consider, quid, what, tua rationes, what sort of plan of action, or what your circumstances postulate, are demanding. So that's what you should consider. And nice simple Latin. Auxilium petes, seek auxilium or help, ab omnibus, from everyone, etiam, even from the infumis. These are people who are lowly or humble. So here's our daily dictionary. Infumus, an adjective. Lowest, deepest, humblest, vilest, meanest. And here's its positive, comparative, superlative form. Ad hoc, to this, mandata verbis dat. He gave, entrusted these words to him. So he will speak to him with these words. Cum ab senatu, when from the Senate, judicatus sit, cum again takes the subjunctive, when you have been judged a hostis by the Senate, an enemy, quo conciliare, by what plan or what method or what reasoning are you repudiating a servitor? Why have you refusing to enlist slaves into your army, I'm guessing? In the urb, in the city, parata esse quae usurit. The quae means which, usurit, he had ordered. So in the city were all the things prepared which he had ordered, parata esse. It's a verb that takes the infinitive. Ne cunctatur ipsi. So he himself should not cunctatur, he should not delay in, this is taking the infinitive, he should not delay to accede proprius, closer. Accede means to travel to. So he shouldn't delay in coming any closer. His rebus ita actus. When these things had been actus, completed, thus so, constituta nocte, they decided in the night, qua, in which proficgentur, it's plural, which they would set out, Cicero, through the legatos, through these delegates, had edoctus. So this is an apposition with Cicero. Cicero had edoctus. He had learned cuncta, everything, through these legates. It looks like L. Valero Flacco and C. Pompetina imperat. And there's the praetor. So that, anyway, in the Ponte, on the bridge, Mulvion Bridge, through insidious, through traps that looks like they're setting a set, they would deprehend it. They would grab the comitatus, those accompanying, through the traps of the alborgums. They would catch these comitatus, these people. Okay, so Cicero has ordered the praetors to apprehend the companions, or those accompanying the alborgums. The rem omnem apparet, he made open the entire matter to the people, mitabantur, which he set out, of who gratia, they were in the good graces, they knew what was going on, they were made privy to it, you might want to say, and the rest of the actions, uti facto opus sit, as it was needed, opus sit, this is the same as opus est, but it's in the subjunctive, so anything that needed to be done, factoed, ita agent permitted, so Cicero has permitted them so that they could do thus what was needed for the matter. Ille, they, plural, homines militares, military men, sine tumultu, without any disturbance, conlocatus praesidius, that's the ablative absolute, they had located or deposited down their praesidius, their little garrison, their protection force, sicut praeceptum, just as they'd been instructed, praeceptum, and occulte, an adverb, and secretly they obsidanted at the pontem. So they sat down, they did a little action at the pontem, at the bridge. What was it called up here? Mulvio Ponte? Postquam. So after added loci, to this location, the legati cum Volturcono venerat. So when these legates, this embassy, they had come with Volturcone to this location, and similar at the same time, a clemor exhortus est, a clemor rose or a big din arose utrumque from both ends of this bridge. The Galli, the Gauls, cito cognito concilia, they quickly, having with the plan understood, sine mora, without a delay, they tradunted se, that's reflexive, they handed themselves over, dative, to the praetors. Like this here was a dative of being ordered, this is a dative of being handed over. Volturticus, primo, in the first place, cohortatus, so this is a past passive going of Volturticus. He encouraged the keteros, the rest, defend himself with the sword, a multitude, from the multitude. So he was encouraging the rest that they would defend him. Multitude is plural, but it just acts as a single verb. Deinde, then, when desertus est, when he had been deserted, a legatus by this embassy, multa prius de salute sua, concerning his own safety, he'd said much, multa prius, prior, he obtestatus, he was like begging, I'm guessing, pompetum, quod, because, notice he wrote here, because he was known to him, and post remo, in the end, finally, timidus, fearful, and diffidens, distrusting of his life, or in despair of his life, as if hostibus, as if to enemies, he dedited sese, he gave himself to the praetors. We see praetoribus for the third time as a dative. 46. Quibus rebus confectus, ablative absolute, when these matters have been completed, omnia, everything, propere, with haste or hastily, was declarantur, were declared to the consul, dative per nuntius, through messengers. Cicero, Cicero is the consul, and at illum, but he, ingens cura, with huge anxieties or cares, and latatia, which is happiness, simul, at the same time, with the care and happiness, he was occuperverate, he was occupied with it, or seized with it. 4 for latebator, for he was happy, present participle adjective thing, intelligent, for he's happy understanding that patefacta conjuration, that the conspiracy was open, and the civitatem had been ereptum from periculus, and the state or the citizenry had been ereptum, had been snatched from this danger. But porro, furthermore, in turn, autem, however, or moreover, anxious erat. He was rather anxious, dubitans, hesitating, that in maxume scellere, in this great crime, tantus civibus de hemprius, such citizens of high ranking had been apprehended, or grabbed, and quid facto opus esset, and what was needed to be facto, what needed to be done, and what would be done. Poena milorum, the punishment of them, onerai sibi, looks like be a burden to him, and impunitatem, and if they were unpunished, perdunde republica fore credit. He was believing, fore would be top of infinitive, he believed it would be, this is a gerundive, this would be very destructive for the republic. That's a strange word, but that's what's going on. Igator, so therefore, confirmato animo, with his courage or heart confirmed, strengthened or hardened, he ubited, he ordered, vocare ad sese, he ordered to be called to himself, lentulum, cathegum, statilum, gaminium, and etem, and likewise, caeparium, I think one of these is where he lives, it looks like, I'll just check. Caeparius of Tarracina, okay, who in Apulia, to concitanda servita, he was parabating, taking the infinitive, to profisci. So he was in Apulia, preparing to set out into Apulia, actually. He must have been grabbed somewhere in the city, and he was going to be inciting or stirring up the servitor, which were the slaves. Okay, nearly done. Ceterai, the rest, sine mora, without a delay, veniunt, they came, they were called. Caparius had egressus, that's that position, he had left, Paulo ante, a little before, from his domo, from his home. Cognito indico, another ablative absolute. So indicio is like evidence or information, and it was cognito, it was understood, he had heard this information, and he had profugerated ex urbe. Yeah, he had fled from the city. The consul, nominative, lentulum, accusative, quod praetor, so lentulus, after this comma, becomes a nominative. Because he was a praetor, the consul on the other side of this clause, so the consul himself, tenens, holding the manu, the hand, by the hand, he held lentulus by the hand because he was a praetor, and he perducated him into senatum, into the senate. And the reliquos, the rest, with their custodians, with their custodibusses, he ordered ubited to venire, to come in to the Adem of Concordia, the Temple of Concord. Eo, this was our daily dictionary word yesterday, so he called in to this place, the Senate, magna qui frequentia is, and there was a great frequency of this order, there was a great crowd of many people. Vocertium cum legatus, vocertium with his legates, he introduced here, so he brought him in. So he called the Senate, there was a great crowd of them, and he ducated in, he led in Volcercius with his legates. Flacum praetorem, accusative, the scrinum cum litteris, this is usually a little bookcase, so it's probably something that has letters in it, quos, which he had accepted, or we had taken a legatus from these envoys, and he ordered ad ferre to the same place, the Eodem. So he ordered Flacum the praetor, bring this little case with the letters which he had taken from these envoys, and he ordered them to come to the same place, which was the Adem Concordia, where the Senate met on, there should be some information, Senate met at this temple on the northeast corner of the Forum at the foot of the Capitol line on this occasion, December 3rd and the following 2 days. Okay.